Hi friends, this is your pal Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about Dungeons and Dragons, and we're going to talk about A24's Death of a Unicorn. Warning, there are spoilers for A24's Death of a Unicorn in here. So this was a fantastic movie. Starred Taya Leone, Jenna Ortega, Paul Rudd. I think his name is Richard E. Grant, and Will Poulter. And this was really a phenomenal movie. Extremely good film. And the reason why we're talking about it today is it did so this is every Dungeon Master content, and this film is every Dungeon Master content and every Dragon Master content. And the reason why is it showed exactly what would happen if a human fought a unicorn, right? And so one of the things, so this movie is called Death of a Unicorn, and the unicorns in Death of a Unicorn are 100% D&D canon functional, right? So is this movie, so I don't think this movie is canonically connected to Dungeons and Dragons in any way. Now that is extremely rare. There are so many. So one of the reasons why is it's an original piece, okay? And they haven't done any brand connections with it yet. Now it almost certainly will do brand connections at some point, and then those brands connections will almost certainly bring it into Dungeons and Dragons canonicity. But right now, shockingly, Death of a Unicorn is not in Dungeons and Dragons canonicity to my knowledge. And actually, yeah, it's not in Dungeons and Dragons canonicity, because my knowledge of Dungeons and Dragons canonicity is actually higher than James Wyatt's, and he is the most powerful person that determines Dungeons and Dragons canonicity. So this is not in Dungeons and Dragons canonicity. But let's talk about it because it is fascinating, right? So, yeah, so basically what's really fast, so this is not in Dungeons and Dragons canonicity, but the unicorns in here are it's like they just took them right off the page of the Dungeons and Dragons 2024 core rulebook monster manual. It's completely functional. Like the hit points are correct. And so basically the functionality of this film is literally, what if somebody hit a pony unicorn, right? The unicorn child of a full-grown father unicorn and a full-grown mother unicorn. What if somebody hit the pony, their child, right? So like a pony unicorn, right? What would happen? So one of the things that we learn is essentially pretty much everything in Dungeons and Dragons is correct. These, in the film, these unicorns live in the forest, they hide themselves in magical groves, and then they come out and they deal with humans, right? And if they need to defend themselves, one, they're a regular horse. Now, you need to understand this. Regular horses are wicked dangerous. They absolutely can kill you simply they can kill you with their front legs, and they can kill you with their back legs easily. They can crack your skull like a coconut, right? They can crack your skull like somebody cracks a coconut with a hammer. A horse can easily kill you with its hooves, right? All it needs is intent, and it's definitely going to be able to kill you. So one, they showed that, unicorns are still horses, right? And they can kill you with their hooves. They also can trample you, right? And then also they can bite you. Now that won't kill you. They can't kill you with their mouths. But what they can do is they can give you a significant wound. And then that wound can distract you long enough for them to, again, just clop your head with their hooves, and your skull cracks like a walnut. It's just the way it is, right? So one, they showed how dangerous unicorns are from the perspective of being like a powerful stallion, right? Like if a stallion was intent on killing you, it probably would be able to do that unless you had a gun, right? And so the movie showed this very visually, right? Then here's the pierce, right? So now here's what the movie showed extremely well, right? And I have to say, I've never really had a dungeon master like show the attack of a unicorn, so this was extremely helpful, right? So let me explain so basically, okay, so take a determined, very intelligent stallion, right? Take all the danger I just talked about. Now put a sword on its head, right? And so that's what they did with the horn. Now the horn could not slash. It was not, but essentially it was just a piercing weapon. But they would use it to pierce people on a charge, or just walk up and pierce you, right? Like, and so from that perspective, these were wicked dangerous piercing weapons, right? And they absolutely can kill people, right? So that's it. Like that's the whole thing I wanted to cover. Is every dungeon master should see Death of a Unicorn, so that you can see what would happen if a Dungeons and Dragons, straight out of the monster manual, no changes needed, right? Attacked someone. What would that fight actually look like? And this movie does a perfect job of depicting that. All right. Every single word you just heard is my humble opinion. The important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion, when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider liking, subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.